Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So it's quite a lovely day today. As you can see, the sun is out, it's really nice and warm, and I thought to myself, you know what, I think it's about time I did something that I should have done a little while ago. So I think like 2-3 weeks ago we did a video where we put up these shelves for these pot plants, so these specific ones over here. And I said that I was going to put plants in them, and I've got quite a few. I've got these two here, and then I've got all of these little ones in here, and I kind of want to just put them inside these pots, and then I'm going to use the old pots to grow new flowers, because I have like a whole lot of seeds in that I want to plant, and we'll use those flowers later on. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. It's probably not going to take me very long, hopefully, if I do it properly. I have some potting soil. I have all the sand that was in these buckets originally, and I'm going to try and use that, and then I can always steal some from the garden somewhere. I'll find a spot. So let me set the camera up and then we'll get right to it. Okay, so I decided to sit this side because the sun's really bright there, and I can't even look at the camera or look anywhere. So the shadow on my face is going to be pretty bad, but you know what? I can deal with it. And I think I'm going to start with these over here. Now, these used to all be in one pot. They've grown quite nicely since I got them. There used to be 3 of them. In my first video I planted one outside. I'll show you guys a little bit later because it's not looking so great. It seems they do much better inside than they do outside. The sun is actually eating the leaves. So I'm going to be planting these in these 2 side pots, and I'm sure they'll be good inside because they seem to be doing well inside at the moment anyway. So I think let's start with that, and then we'll get to the smaller ones. Now because I have 2 of them, I'm putting them in the side pots, though they are bigger. But I'm kind of wondering if I don't maybe put both of them in the big pot, but I think I'm going to get something else eventually for the big pot. Hey Maddie, you're sniffing my flowers. Okay, so I'm going to get something better for the big pot eventually, but I think I'm going to plant the 2 smaller, well, these 2 on the sides of, sorry, in the 2 smaller pots. So let's move those over. I am going to need sand, and I am going to need to mix that sand with potting soil, because this potting soil is the water just goes right through it and the flowers don't take anything in. And I think that's why these have started battling, because I put more potting soil in this one than I did in the other one, and that one's not as brown as this one is at the bottom. So I'm going to have to redo these in any way, even if I didn't move them to another pot. So I think I'm going to steal some moist sand from the garden somewhere, and then I'm going to look at replanting these. So yeah, I think that's the plan. These smaller ones, I won't really need to use any new soil. I'll probably put more potting soil in, but they've been planted quite well. So I'm just going to take all of the sand out, put it inside this pot, mix it up with some more potting soil, and then I'll plant them inside there and see how that goes. So for starters, I'm going to go and put some moist soil inside these, and then I will be back. To start with, what I did was I put some potting soil in the bottom. This just kind of helps because it's a lot thicker than the normal soil, and it won't just run right out the bottom. Then I'm going to put normal soil on top, and then I'm going to put more potting soil, and I'm going to mix it all in together so that it kind of blends nicely and it gives a good texture. Put about half of this normal sand on top of that potting soil that I put in there. And I'm going to take these out now. Now, I generally don't compact it too much. You can see most of this is roots. Again, it's already started growing out, and that's quite moist at the bottom there. So I'm just going to put this one in here, just as is, because it's taken most of its soil with it in any way. I do kind of want to untangle some of the roots a little bit. Let's get some of this off of here. And we're just gonna mix this up a bit. Okay, so we're going to plant this one in here, and just going to make a little bit of a hole because I do want it to be in a bit. I hope you guys can hear me nicely and I don't have to shout at the camera. And where is my spade? Here it is over here. So I'm just going to be taking some potting soil. Placing some of that in here. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. I used to plant flowers with my Oma. She on the farm. Like I grew up there, so a lot of the time I was there and we'd like do a lot of the planting. So I did learn some things from her. However, like most of the time we just used her garden soil. I am no pro at this. A lot of what I'm telling you is probably wrong. However, from experience of me doing this, planting plants and that, this is what I've always done, and my plants have never died. I've never had a plant die. So clearly I must be doing something right. Just going to use what's left in here. Get this out. I don't think this is like a science or anything like that. I think there is sort of like you do kind of have to think with your head. Obviously you can't just be putting potting soil in here and most of it's got bark. I mean, you do buy potting soil like that these days. It's got so much like twigs and that's not going to help your flower grow. So you do kind of need to find a basis between this and some normal sand, you know, or some, you know, don't take the top layer out of your garden. Dig a little bit deeper, get in there and find the moist part of it. I find that helps best. Okay, so now I'm pretty much going to fill this with potting soil. And there you go, there's our first one. Doesn't look too bad. I will cut off some of these dead ends at the bottom here. I usually do that. And hopefully it will start growing fresher now that it has potting soil and it's got some nice sand. I'm not going to put anything else in this pot, so I'm going to put it aside. So I think I'm maybe going to take the camera and show you guys how I dig down into the ground and get some moist soil. In case anybody is an amateur like me and just curious about how I do this. So like I said, I'm going to start with putting some potting soil in the bottom. Not too much. Okay, now we're going to move over to the garden. I'm going to move over to a new section and hopefully don't stand in thorns because our grass is riddled in thorns. And of course I'm going to have to do this while holding the camera. So I'm just going to put my pot down, take the thorn out of my foot. Okay, so I'm at a different garden now. So I'm just going to dig up the top a little. Okay, so I've moved. I can sit here, there's no thorns. So as you can see, if you can see, we're over here in this hole. Moved away some of this. Now you see, you move away the dry sand, you start getting this wet sand. This probably isn't a good spot. It feels like there might be stones here. Okay, there used to be a lot of flowers here, but the dogs eat them, take them away and that, so there's none here anymore. Just gonna try and get down here so I can see where the... Okay, so I pretty much like to dig off the top layer, and you can see this is what I'm looking for. Sand that looks a bit more moist, and then I'm just going to put this into my pot. I don't dig too far down, just enough. I do apologize for the camera being all over the place. Okay, and let me just take this root out. I don't know what that is and I don't want it to be growing in my plant. So I've put that in here, and then I kind of just put more. I'm going to put more potting soil in, and I'm going to mix it up all together. I think a little bit more. And then of course I'm going to fix the garden, because my gran will probably not like it if I leave her garden like that. Okay, we're back. My camera angle is not right, but I'm just going to hunch over and deal with it the way it is. So we're going to be working on number 2. Now that you see what I've done there, I'm going to add a little bit more potting soil. And I'm just going to use my fork over here. And I kind of just mix this up a little bit. Please feel free to criticize me in the comments below so that I know what I'm doing wrong, but my plants have been growing, guys, so I don't feel like I've been doing it wrong. Okay, we're going to take this one out. This one's a little tougher to get out here. Okay, I think there's a lot more going on here. I mean, this one's roots have... You see, this one actually had... This which I'm doing now, this is how this one was. And it has... What? I think it was... Okay, it was a month, the first video I did, so I'd say like a month and a week ago, about, and it's already like gone a bit overboard over here, so we're just gonna get some of this off. I actually think I need to get some of it in here. Oh gosh, don't mess like me, guys. Otherwise he'll end up having to clean it later. Let me just put it in here. Okay, you go that side, you go that side. Give me a hole. Jeez, these roots have really like grown all over. Okay, I'm gonna try and put you in here. Now for this one I've got a bit too much soil, but I'm just gonna plant you. I have to make a hole here. Get some of this out. This is good soil though, I can use it for my other plants. Nope, still not deep enough. Okay. Is that right? Nope, still not deep enough. Okay, that will have to do. So the issue at hand here now is, I think this plant's higher up than the other one. You know, it's actually not that bad. I think I'm just being a bit dramatic. Okay, let's compact this a little bit. Let's just push it down a bit all around, and then we're going to add you on top. I'm even messing all over myself. Okay, now that I'm full of it, that's another one done, planted. I'll clean up those dead leaves a bit later. We're going to move on to our next one. Now this one I had in a separate pot, so I'm going to use these, and of course I'm going to use all of these in this pot. Now the only thing is I'm going to reuse the soil in this pot because I think it's a really good soil, and I'm going to use what's left in here because there's quite a lot. So I'm just going to pour that in the bottom. And of course I've messed all over here, I'm going to have to clean that up. Okay, let's start by trying to get these out without damaging anything. I think this guy over here will probably be my center flower. we've got this one over here. Okay, so some of these need some real TLC because all of the leaves now fell apart, but we're gonna make it work. Now I'm not gonna go get any more soil. I'm gonna use what's in this pot because this is all nice and moist. Of course I'm gonna have more plants growing here because now some roots and stuff that broke up are still in here, but that's fine. I'll welcome them with open arms. Okay, so I've added a whole lot of soil in here. I'm just going to see how much space I need for these. So you're going to be my center plant. I'm going to put you there. Okay, so we're going to put these ones in here. I've got this guy over here. Just going to choose a spot, put him in, cover him up. I'm going to do that with all of them. I'm just going to choose a spot, make a bit of a hole. Get these out of here. So that one's done. I think it looks good. Okay, now some of these kind of need to have some TLC and get growing again, so I'm going to plant them in these pots. 2 in each, so that they can just get healthy and grow again, because clearly they're not doing so well. Maybe it's just because of the plants they were with, or I don't know why. I got these from my mother-in-law, and here they're not doing so great, so I'm going to try and nurse them back to health. This is what we have. I think it looks much better than it did before, and I think hopefully they do well where they're going to be placed as well. I am worried about these. I think they're going to need a bit more sun, but I'm going to try and see how it goes with them, and hopefully it goes well. Okay guys, so we're back inside. Here are those shelves as I had before, and I've put my flowers up. I think they look super cute actually. Yeah, I kind of like it. I do want to find a nicer, bigger plant to go here. This one's a little droopy at the moment, but I'm sure it will lift nicely now that the soil's changed and all of that. I'm sure it's going to grow much better. And yeah, the shadow is not so great here. The lighting is so bad, but I really love it. I think it looks so cute, and I think they're going to do well over here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed doing it, and I hope to see you guys again soon. So yeah, bye guys.